Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk empties. I have this giant thing full of empties and I realized that maybe I should be doing empties a little bit more often. I'm gonna jump in to my empties, let you know if I've repurchased the product, what I liked about it, what I didn't, but I have so many here, so I'm just gonna jump in and get started. The first one I see is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I would definitely repurchase this product. I'm in the shade 2, and because I'm so fair, I probably would say that I can even go a lighter shade. It is so great, but it does have a really high price point. I think like here in Canada it's $68, $70. I cannot wait to toss all of these out. I can't even imagine how long this has been empty for because I've been thinking of repurchasing it for a little while now. Clinique Take the Day Off makeup wipes. I would not repurchase these. They were quite dry. I know you get that with makeup wipes where they always can't be wet and moist because of the opening flap, but I found for $20 something these were quite dry. And makeup wipes, I just toss them right after, so I still do like my Kirkland makeup wipes a little bit more than I like the Clinique ones. Dove Dry Shampoo. I love this product. Take a little hair off there. It's a cheap drugstore dry shampoo that works amazing but smells good. I wouldn't say that it's probably natural at all or doesn't have lots of chemicals or fillers because it probably does for the price point, but it is a good dry shampoo and probably something I definitely will be repurchasing. I have two MAC Fix Pluses. I have already repurchased these. I already have a couple in backups. It's something that I always use and something I always repurchase, but I need to remember to take these to the Back to MAC program because I always toss them out and then I kick myself in the butt. I'm going to put them in a separate pile over here because I need to take them back. Next product I see is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I love this brow pencil. I think I bought 5 at a time because the color taupe was a little bit harder to find here in Canada. It's a good dupe for the Anastasia brow pencil, half the price, and I love it. I am trying to work through some of my brow powders and pomades. I have an amazing Giorgio Armani pomade for brows, but I forgot I even had it. So I'm working through the rest of the products right now, but I definitely will repurchase this when I have no other brow products left. The next product I see is the Barco Grapefruit and Fir Bubble Bath. This was amazing. Oh yeah, it smells so good. It kind of smells like Christmas a little bit, but the price point on a bubble bath is $40. So I don't know if that's always feasible. It is kind of like a treat yourself item, but it is highly recommended because anything Barco is always great. Next product I see is the Moroccan Oil Hydrating Hair Mask. This one's the giant tub of it, and I recently just went through this, but I find, yeah, Moroccan Oil always smells amazing. I find that the hydrating line from Moroccan Oil is one of the only things that made my hair healthy again. Before I went to my hairdresser, my hair was like so bleached, so damaged, and she brought it back to life using a lot of Moroccan products. I have a small little Lilicious body scrub here. Lilicious is a highly fragrant body care product. Oof, this one stinks. They do have really good scrubs, so when you scrub your body with it, it leaves your body with like a nice oil residue. Instead of coming out of the shower and putting a lotion right on, you just can use a scrub, one step, and you're good to go. That's why I love it, because I hate putting body lotions on. I don't even think I have a body lotion in here. That's how much I hate putting body lotions on, is that I haven't went through one in a whole year. The next product is the Neostrata Oil Free Cleanser. This is a giant bottle, and this was a really good cleanser. If you suffer from like any texture, unevenness, blemishes, blackheads, this is a really great cleanser and I would highly recommend it. This one was just the extra size, but basically it says that it removes buildup of dead skin, oils, impurities, and resurfaces the skin. I would repurchase this. I am working on cleansers that I have now. I also get a lot for free from work, so I don't really need to go out to the drugstore and purchase this. I have a Laura Mercier translucent powder. This was a powder that I used for quite a long time and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I just finished it up. So I'm pretty sure I posted on an Instagram story some suggestions that I wanted for a translucent powder because I used this one for quite a long time and it was just a powder. Like, it was great, but now I'm using the Cover FX one and it's so good. I love the luminosity that it gives like a nice opaqueness. I like it a little bit more than the Laura Mercier, I think. A concealer that I see is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in Vanilla. I have already repurchased another one of these. I probably need a new one soon. It is definitely a go-to, one that I always put on my lids for really veiny eyelids. If I just want to get out of the house, but I want to hide those under eye dark circles and those veiny eyelids, I always throw this guy on. The next product I have is a purple shampoo. It's a neutralizing pigment shampoo by Serena Key. It was a really good purple shampoo. I've never found a purple shampoo that I like the smell of. They're all pretty baby powdery or like grandma kind of scent. But this one was just the same, but it had a lot of pigment to it. And I found that it really helped neutralize any yellow tones in my hair because I am strawberry blonde, so that strawberry really pulls easily. So I did really like this shampoo and I would recommend it. It's just really hard to get. So I get it from the hair suppliers here in Canada, but I'm sure you can grab it on their website, but it's always out of stock. People love it. I don't know. The next product is the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. I love this cleanser as well. This is another one that I would highly recommend from the drugstore. I have always said that if you're spending on a skincare regime, spend on like eye creams and serums and save on your cleanser. Get a $10 cleanser from the drugstore. Don't spend that $30 on a cleanser because it just goes down the drain. So I love this one and I would highly recommend it. A lot of skincare in here. I have a Caudalie moisturizer. This one is the Premier Vendage. I've spoken about this before on here as well as my Insta stories. It is an antioxidant moisturizer that I highly recommend. It is so thin. It is great for the morning underneath makeup, and then you can top it with your sunscreen. But I wouldn't suggest using this one at night. You can, but it's not a rich, creamy, hydrating moisturizer. It's just one to kind of get you through the day, and I really like it, and it's a great price point. It's around 40 bucks, so good price point. A couple more concealers in here is I was wondering where this went. I have the Naked Skin Urban Decay Weightless Concealer in Light Warm. I've been looking for this because I have two darker ones and I never knew I even ran out of it. That's how many concealers I have, is I don't even know when I run out of one. I would definitely repurchase this. I want to get through some of my other concealers first, but it's a great concealer. The next one I have is the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer. I don't think I even finished using this. Yeah, it smells bad. That's why I tossed it, is because it smells funky and you never want to chance it. It's like a $3 concealer. I don't need to chance it on my skin that I work so hard on. So this one's getting tossed. I have a Darphin CC cream. Darphin is top of the line skincare products. I love their products, but unfortunately I have way too much makeup, and this actually expired and it's almost full. So this is the CC cream, SPF 35. I'm pretty sure that's why I purchased it, because I'm always drawn to something that has that extra sun protection. And as far as I can remember, it was pretty good. Not a lot of coverage, but Darphin products are always a hit for me. Speaking of Darphin, I have a couple serums here. I have the Ideal Resource Serum. This one's for anti-aging. I really liked this. I went through this quite quickly. Darphin is so high priced. I think it's probably like 150, 200 bucks, but so worth it. I love their products. If I could get any brand of skincare for free for the rest of my life, I think it would be Darphin. It is so great. So again, this one's for anti-aging and this one's the serum. The next serum I have that is expired but still has some product in it, unfortunately, is a skin balancing serum. Not sure why I purchased this one, because I don't really have oily skin, but this one's more so to even out your T-zone, make sure that your skin's balanced and not oily and dry in specific areas. But I do have pretty normal skin. That's probably why this expired before I even finished it. I have a Philosophy Purity Balm. I'm not sure all the rage about this cleanser. People went crazy about it a couple of years ago. Some people still love it. I clean my brushes with it because I cannot handle the scent. I love mint, I love spearmint, but this is not what it smells like. So I use it for my brushes, like I mentioned. So it's just a brush cleaner to me. It's not a face cleanser, so I couldn't recommend it for a face cleanser because I don't love it. Another skincare product is the Clarins Toning Lotion. Clarins is another brand for me that I think they always hit the ball out of the park for their skincare. I've never tried something that I'm not happy with from Clarins. I don't think I can be too picky about, because I just throw it on my face before the rest of my products, so I don't really see it work too much. But I like the texture, I like the smell, I like the feel, and that's what's important in a toner to me. Oh, this guy is so good. So this is Sacha Blanc. This is a volume powder. This one's really hard to get. I believe you can get it at Anthropologie, but it's expensive. So basically it's a dry shampoo and it's 38 bucks. So not really realistic in price point, but it's so good. And if I found this again, I would probably stock up on a couple bottles because it's like a Batiste on steroids. It's so good. It smells amazing. Gives you that volume and that grit, soaks up that oils, but it's expensive. So keep that in mind. But if you ever see this Sacha hair volume powder, grab it and let me know what you think. Next skincare I have is a Lise Watier moisturizer. Lise Watier is a Canadian skincare and makeup line that I worked for a little bit of time, and this is one of their moisturizers that I fell in love with. I would repurchase this again, and that says a lot because I don't repurchase skincare often. It's called the Hydro Force. So basically it's just your everyday daily moisturizer, but I found it actually really helped with hydration. It wasn't just something I threw on my skin and my skin was still kind of dry. I actually noticed a difference. I would highly recommend it, and it's a great price point for a high-end product. I think it's 45 bucks. A couple products that you know will be in here is a Supersizer mascara. This is by CoverGirl. I speak about this far too much, but one has fibers, one does not. Let's see if I have any more. No, I must have tossed them. But this mascara is my favorite. 8 bucks at the drugstore. I'm not sure how I even got onto this mascara because I don't normally try a ton of stuff from the drugstore, but I'm glad I did because it's amazing. I have just a little fresh rose mask. I believe this one was probably from the birthday gift. I always love this rose mask. Anything that smells like roses is a win in my books because I love anything that tastes like roses, smells like roses, and it's amazing. Another Darphin product. This one is the Aromatic Balm Cleanser. So this one I probably would not repurchase. I didn't really love this balm cleanser, and I love a lot of balm cleansers. Put it on dry skin. I tried it with a little bit of water on the skin and I just didn't love it. It didn't take my makeup off fully because it's quite thick. I would have liked this as like a balm to like heal a blemish or heal the skin, not so much as a cleanser. So I would not repurchase this Darphin product. I have a Marvis toothpaste. So Marvis is an Italian brand of toothpaste that's baking soda content. It is great. I'm already on my second or third tube maybe. And it makes your teeth so white, I find. It kind of gets that like grit in there without being chemically or harmful, and I really enjoy it. Another Lise Watier product I have here is a bronzer. This bronzer is Toast. I have used it up, but it's also kind of dry, and it's from a couple years ago, so it was time to toss it out. I probably wouldn't repurchase it just because it has so much pink in it from having blush in it as well, and I didn't necessarily love that or reach for it as often as I probably should have. Another Clarins product is the Hydro Quench Serum. I have the big guy and also the little travel size. This is by far one of my favorite serums. It is great for hydration, irritations of the skin, unevenness. But if you're just starting out with serums and you need a recommendation because you don't need anti-age yet and you just want to try something new, try the Clarins Hydro Quench. It's so good. Another Clarins product is their foundation. This is Skin Illusion Foundation. I'm in the shade Nude 105 and it is so good. I remember purchasing this and thinking, oh, okay, it's like 40 bucks. Clarins is known for skincare, not necessarily their makeup, and this product's amazing. I would hands down repurchase. I'm pretty sure I asked it for Christmas or my birthday for my sister, but she refused to pay like $40 or $50 for a foundation for me. So it's on my list of to-dos and I completely forgot about it. So a great, great foundation. And I believe it has an SPF 25 in it as well. I have the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I would never repurchase this. I noticed no difference in my skin. It did not feel good. It did not smell good. I would repurchase 10 MAC Fix Pluses over this guy. It was one of those things where Instagram made me do it. Jaclyn Hill made me do it because she loved it and raved about it. So I had to go get it, but I probably would never repurchase it again. The next product is Josie Marin Argan Illuminator. This one's just really dry. I'm sure I loved this product and it worked great. Kind of like the Benefit High Beam in like a liquid illuminator, but it's dry and it smells, so I tossed it. I have a Bubble and Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Conditioner. This conditioner is still the one I use. I have one in my shower right now. I find that with as many oils as it has, it really nourishes the hair, but it also doesn't weigh it down and make it greasy, which is important. Keep in mind, I don't use the shampoo and conditioner together because I find it's too greasy, but using the conditioner with like a lighter shampoo, I find it's perfect. So I have quite a few Tata Harper products. I think that was like my go-to instead of Darphin, because where I work now, this is their highest and most luxurious brand. So that's what I went for. So I have the resurfacing mask. Resurfacing mask is something I would highly recommend to absolutely everyone. It is a product that when I've put on my skin, I've actually physically noticed a difference in my skin when taking the mask off. It smells like roses. It's amazing, but I think it's about 80 or 90 bucks. I have a tiny little purifying cleanser. I was not sold on the purifying cleanser. I did not enjoy it. I don't like the scent. It kind of smells like eucalyptus and charcoal. I wouldn't repurchase that, but I also don't have clogged skin as much as maybe some other people who could use a purifying cleanser. I have the regenerating cleanser, which smells like creamsicle, and it is a daily exfoliant, so I love this guy, but the price point is quite high on this, and I probably would not repurchase it just because I'm about the life of finding a cheaper cleanser and spending my money on serums, like I mentioned. The next one is again the regenerating cleanser. As I mentioned, I wasn't going to repurchase it, but clearly I have two. But again, I would save my money on that. Lee Swati Sublime Essence Serum. Again, Lee Swati is a Canadian brand, but this serum is pretty life-changing. I find that it is anti-aging, it helps with evenness, it helps with a little bit of texture underneath my skin. I'm really trying to embrace my freckles and just roll with them, go with them. So this really helps with that texture and unevenness, so I can just wear no foundation at all. And I really like this serum. Cleansing oil, I have Burt's Bees. I have so much skincare in here that shows a lot. I'm proud of that I have more skincare than makeup. That's important to me. But this cleansing oil is great. It is a drugstore product, but it wasn't cheap. I think this was like 16 bucks when you could be buying like maybe this Boscia one that I have in here for a little bit more expensive but higher quality products perhaps. So $16 at the drugstore, and the Boscia one is a little bit more, but still a great cleanser. I remember when I first got the Boscia one, I was putting it on wet skin and I was like, why isn't this working? I don't understand what all the hype is about, but instead you're supposed to put it on dry skin and then all your makeup will come off. So it's a great cleanser. I am always, and I think forever, in the cleansing oil phase. I love it. It makes my life so much easier and my skin so much healthier. Another product I have is the Algenist cleanser. This one's the oil cleanser as well, and this one is something I would write home about. This is something I think I've spoke about before. The one on Sephora, the full size, I think is like $60 or $70, but this was nice because it came in like a cleanser set, so I was able to try all the cleansers to figure out which one I liked, and this one's definitely a great one. It is also an anti-aging cleanser, so who doesn't want a little anti-aging when they're washing their face? But it is 60 bucks. I have the Revlon Color Stay Foundation. This one is always a repurchase for me. I don't actually even have one on hand right now, but I was waiting for all of the pumps, like instead of being like a dump foundation, they came out with pumps in it in Canada to switch over, because only a couple stores had pumps and they didn't have my shade in a pump. So I'll have to recheck, but as you can see, I have like scraped it clean. I am in the shade 150 Buff. I have a clearance mascara here. This mascara is really good, actually. It's called Wonder Perfect Mascara. It is dry and old now, but I am religiously throwing mascaras out every 3 months to avoid eye infections, to avoid any nasty stuff going on. So I do throw them out, but I remember this one being so good. But their mascaras I think are like 36 bucks. So not cheap, but if you're in the market for a great mascara, that may be a good option. I have a Darphin oil here. I'm not a huge oil fan. I'm pretty sure I try to convince myself like every single time I buy new skincare that I want to be an oil fan, but I'm just not. So that's why there's half left, but it expired before I used it, unfortunately. The next Darphin product I have is a purifying balm. I'm pretty sure they discontinued this now, but it was a great balm that I just put on blemishes as like an overnight mask. It is amazing. If they have something similar to it, I will have everything linked down below for you to check out. Last couple products here is the Bobbi Brown makeup remover. This just came as a 100% perk, or a 500 point perk maybe, and it's a great makeup remover, but I don't really use oil makeup removers anymore because I use so many oil cleansers. I have a Bioderma serum. This one was so good. For very dehydrated, sensitive skin, Bioderma is always gentle. It was like a gel, very affordable. Like I mentioned, it will be down below, but I think it's like 26, 30 bucks. And the very last product is a tiny little Bumble and Bumble Repair. This is something that got me addicted. I have the full size now, and the full size is giant, so I feel like I won't go through it in a little while, but I am addicted to this. Putting it on the ends of my hair when I jump out of the shower, even when I don't blow dry it, I still love this product. So I'd highly recommend for someone who has dry hair. It also helps thermal protect and protect from the sun as well, which is always beneficial. You guys, I went through those products so quickly that I feel like I'm dehydrated. I'm so excited to recycle all of these products so they're no longer in my IKEA Alex drawers and I have some extra room. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this empties video. I hope you got a couple recommendations. I hope it was quick and sweet so you can see what I go through, but also what I would recommend and what I would recommend that you pass on as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you soon.